There's a new tactic Wall Street is using to try and sway public opinion on different issues and affect policy in their favor. They started putting academics on the payroll. The Nation had a great article about this. They highlight a guy named Todd Zywicki. He's a professor at George Mason University, and he's testified to Congress many times. Specifically, he was talking against Dodd-Frank reform, and he spoke against the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And he's even gone as far as to make personal attacks against Elizabeth Warren. And the establishment just loves this guy. They made a point of giving him a guest column in the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Times, even on the New York Times website. But what Zywicki never discloses in any of his articles, he never discloses at any of his testimonies during any of the hearings, or on his university website or anywhere else, is that he is a director of the Global Economics Group, a consulting business that boasts in a brochure that its experts have been hired by industry to kill regulation. And Zywicki's global client list includes Visa, Bank of America, Citigroup, and the list goes on and on, many investment firms and whatnot. He gets paid $500 an hour to be a corporate whore. Now, here's another little fact that got under my skin so much. They say that whenever he testifies, or whenever anybody testifies at one of these congressional hearings about something that has to do with financial regulation, you are legally required to disclose whether or not you've ever gotten a grant from the government for some sort of research. But you're not legally required to disclose whether or not you've taken money from Wall Street. Isn't that amazing? So the law tries to give people a heads up like, oh yeah, this guy here is biased, right? But they have it exactly backwards. Usually people who get grant money from the government for some sort of scientific research or some sort of economic research, they're actually objective. And I say that because I know one of my cousins is a scientist. He used to work here in the U.S. Now he works in London, but he got a grant from the U.S. government to do it. Now he would have to do his work, and then it would have to be peer reviewed, and it was totally objective, totally scientific, right? So there's no conflict of interest if you take grant money from the government. There's buffer systems to make sure that there's no corruption. You have to beg and plead to get any amount of money. But the way they set it up is that people have to say, oh, yes, I took money from the government. And all the Republicans roll their eyes like, oh, yeah, this guy's corrupt. See, he's obviously going to say pro-government shit because he took a grant from the government of like $12,000. Meanwhile, this asshole gets up there, takes way more money from Wall Street and argues against regulation. And he doesn't have to disclose, well, yeah, I took money from Wall Street. So he's viewed as like, oh, this academic expert that's totally, objective and saying the right things and really looked into this, really researched this well. But that's nonsense. He's a corporate whore. And this is the same thing that we've seen when it comes to right-wing think tanks, for example. Like whenever there's a report released by the Heritage Foundation or the American Enterprise Institute, it's nonsense. It's totally funded by rich Republicans and big businesses. And they give the money, under the assumption, well, you're going to give me the results I asked for, right? You're going to say, oh, yeah, minimum wage is terrible. It's horrible for the economy. You can't do it. Terrible. Worst thing ever. And that's what happens. It's this fake intellectualism where they give a veil of respectability to these horrible ideas that'll exacerbate income inequality and keep making the rich richer and the poor poorer.